So tell me a little bit about putting together the writer's room for the Patriot, and then are you very much involved in picking the writers, and do you have a say on the writers?
Yeah, they're all, with the exception of Bruce Terrace, they're all people who started out at Elephant as my assistants. And
Oh, wow.
but they're writers' assistants. They don't get my dry cleaning. They're doing research and breaking down scenes from films. So, and they just get the way we do it at Elephant, and they've graduated to being real contributory voices in the shows. And so the rooms, it's 5 people. It's Bruce Terrace, Sean Hurley, Peter Moxley, Stephen Hoy, and me. And it's been that way for 5 years. And we break story together. We talk events together. And then generally, in the case of Patriot, I'll write the episodes myself. In the case of Perpetual Grace, Bruce and I write them together. So the room it's unusual. We mostly hang out together and make fun of other movies and dream big and encourage each other to try to be wild, to try to make it work, to try to make it sound right. Trying to make each other laugh is a real accomplishment. But there are really good vibes in that room. And I've been in rooms that are constituted by strangers, and it doesn't work for us.
Did you have any collaboration with Mike Dorman in writing John's songs? He seems so naturally comfortable in singing them.
I mean, I write the words and the music, and then Mike has to perform it. And performing a song, you change it. So he's got ownership over those songs because he's the voice that shares them. So no, but I write them. I mean, I write the show, so I should write the songs. They're not separated. Like it's a one-man job. But whenever I do the same thing with the Jones Sisters. Like I write the first thing, and then I bring the song to the band, and then they make arrangements, and we make alterations that amount to co-songwriting. But Mike doesn't do anything like that. But he performs them as John, which is part of his job as an actor. And we were lucky that Mike's a really good singer, but he's singing the songs like John.
Just back to the process with Amazon. So when they picked up the Patriot, was there a long development process, and were they hands-on in that, or they literally just let you and your writers break the story?
We were in a weird moment over there where they were telecasting pilots. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Lasted about 18 months. They'd make the pilot, they'd put it on Amazon, and they would take metrics. They would read what the Amazon audience, and they didn't just read what the audience thought about the show.
Oh, I do remember that.
They did studies of it didn't matter if people liked it. It mattered that people who liked it spent money on Amazon.com. It was weird. So we had to do that. So we went up on Amazon, and somehow we threaded that needle, and then we were able to make the whole first season. But it was the shooting of the pilot, which I didn't have a lot of interactions with the studio over because it was finished, but they were material to the creation of the show. And we had good executives in the early going on that show, and we got support. They got it. You know, having said that, by the time we started to shoot season 2, we were on our 3rd president, and you can't survive that. It's too many people removed from the people who were responsible really for the show, and you're gonna go down. So we knew we were going down no matter how good that 2nd season was.
And on that note, I have a question in the bar here that says, do you feel like within yourself the Patriot is not done yet and you'd like to do another season somewhere, or you feel like the story is laid to rest?
It's not the story. We could keep going. I don't know. I mean, Patriot is really just a group of people. It's not me. It's that cast. It's our film crew. Everybody would have to come back that same way, and we're all still working together. I think Patriot, in terms of it being a television series, is not going to come back. But there are aspects of Patriot that I'm very eager to follow up on. For instance, I have written I don't expect anybody to call this to mind, but there's a plot elemental in season 1. There's a technical book called The Structural Dynamics of Flow. Well, I just wrote it because I missed speaking through Patriot. I wanted to keep doing it, so I did it with a book. Mike and I are talking about making some music together. Yeah, there'll be little things, but I think the way it's going to sustain is that the group that makes Patriot is going to keep making things. And so Mike and I will have a new show, and my brother will be in it, and Jimmy Whittaker will shoot it, and it'll feel a lot like Patriot. Maybe they'll give us a little more money, and everybody can be healthy while we make it. The terms under which we made Patriot were tremendously trying. Like everybody got sick on Patriot because we had to shoot so many hours. Part of why we're not still making Patriot is that was unacceptable to me. Those terms we couldn't shoot what I wanted to shoot and just keep everybody safe. So I think that's one of the reasons we don't make Patriot anymore. But that's one of the reasons we're going to make a new show for somebody else someday, where we'll have that checked off and we won't have to worry about that, and we can go and do our jobs.
What are a couple of lessons that you learned on Patriot that you brought over and made changes, on this note for Perpetual Grace?
Well, we fell in love with the way that music can be incorporated into the storytelling, and I just decided we were going to take that was going to be us. It was going to be coming from us still on that show. And then I liked what the audience was picking up on the show. Like I liked that they saw the details, that they know what pretty good means in Patriot. They know what cool, yeah, it is cool means in Patriot. They don't miss anything. The people who love the show, they like it like I like my friends. I like the little things they do. And we decided that maybe is what the point is. So when we started to make Perpetual Grace, we decided we were going to go deeper into that and not stray from it, because it doesn't feel niche to me. It feels really honest to me. And so I think the slogan for Austin, Texas, keeping it weird, is the town motto. I think we learned that that's okay. Like that, it's not weird. We're going to keep being personal.
Were there any particular studio notes that impacted your creative process in a completely unexpected way?
Yeah, the Action Boys, Patriot Season 2, where we got a studio note that they wanted Cantor Wally, who was essentially our antagonist, this sort of political clerical kingpin, to have a security force around him, so that it looked kind of tough, I guess, or like other TV shows. So we had to give him a security force, but they didn't say anything except security force. So we cooked up the Action Boys with their stupid yellow short pants suits and their haircuts to just say to the studio, well, you didn't say what they had to look like. So we got the Action Boys out of a studio note that we kind of played ball on,
yeah,
but then also figured out. I remember that morning, just there were like guys. The initial idea was like guys in black suits with like, they were coordinating through the earpieces and they had shades on. I thought, Patriot can't do that. It would stop being Patriot. It would just go, that's it. So, but avoiding that was fun.
Yeah, that's super great. Any other?
Edward had to be kidnapped. That was a studio note. So we came up with Edward kidnaps himself.
I love how you dance around that in such a creative way. And do they give you any pushback on that? They're like, oh, that's great.
They were really good. I mean, we had good executives, and I get the note. They respected that we came up with our own way of addressing it, and then they said, okay, we're satisfied. So we just happened to have good executives on that show, which it's not, you can't take that for granted.